Yeah, Holy Rollers is it's based on an amazing true story about a young Hasidic Jewish man from Brooklyn in New York who gets involved in an ecstasy smuggling ring, and his own capabilities, he's able to actually like do well in this ecstasy smuggling ring, and really kind of takes it too far until the kind of empire falls, and it's a authentic New York story, but at the core of it is this really incredible true events.
Did you have a religious upbringing yourself, and if so, did that inform your performance?
I dropped out of Hebrew school, so I kind of have dipped into the world a bit. I was really fascinated by this story because I have always been interested in the Hasidic community because I live near them. We share, I imagine, similar ancestry, and yet at the same time they feel so foreign to me because we live so differently. So I felt like I had a connection to them, but also was eager to learn as much as possible, and had the opportunity prior to shooting to learn about their culture and to try to bring what I learned into the movie.
The tale of a young man going off the rails can be powerful in any context, but in this community it's a massive transgression. And were you trying to kind of convey that?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, the transgression in this community is not just smuggling ecstasy, but leaving the community, or even marrying outside the community or dating outside the community. So you could imagine when Sam becomes involved in this ecstasy smuggling ring, it's that much worse. Sam is on track to either become a rabbi or to work in the garment district with his father. He wants to do neither one. And when he sees this other world, it seems very attractive to him.
There's some very touching, apart from the criminal depictions, there's some very touching bonds between your character and Leon and your character and your father. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a bit about those actors and working with them?
Yeah, sure. Actually, both actors you mentioned were actors that I've known for many years. My father is played by Mark Ivanier. He's an incredible actor. I would also say an incredible character actor because he's able to do all sorts of different roles. I met him when on a movie where he was playing a Serbian United Nations officer, but he's actually Israeli by way of Russia, or Russia by way of Israel, and so he can do really anything. The other actor you mentioned who played Leon is played by Jason Fuchs, who I actually did a play with when I was 15 years old, and he's just another wonderful actor and also a wonderful writer, and he's was so great in this role because Jason just projects this great sense of innocence and good nature, and Leon is really the character that represents what Sam should have been. Leon becomes a rabbi, and Sam becomes a drug dealer. The third actor that I knew is Justin Bartha, who plays Yosef in the movie. He's an actor I've known for several years, and also so perfect in the role because Justin is so naturally kind of charming and charismatic, and yet his character is this very dangerous drug dealer. So the fact that it's played by such a kind of a charming, fun guy makes it more believable that Sam, my character, would be attracted to this very dark world.
I believe the director Kevin Ash has said that yourself and Justin became like equal partners in getting the film made. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like a lot of movies of this size, it's difficult to raise the financing, even though everybody loved the story and loved the actors involved, and it's still difficult to kind of raise the money for it. So Justin and I were helped facilitate that. Justin got his college roommate to shoot it, who's a wonderful cinematographer. They were college roommates, coincidentally. He got some producers that he had worked with years past to come on and help produce it. I brought Justin on to begin with, so we were really instrumental in getting this movie made because we loved it so much. And I think it's evident in the movie that the people involved really loved it and really collaborated in a really unique way.
It's a lovely looking film. I'd like to see it again on a really big screen. But there's also excellent music soundtrack. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, the soundtrack is kind of a wonderful compilation of Hasidic Hasidic themed music, and by that I mean kind of klezmer, music you associate with like old Jewish culture, and then also the kind of orchestral music you'd find at temple, mixed with some incredible like club music, some music that you'd kind of typically hear in nightclubs, and then all of this music is fused together. So throughout Sam's journey, there's kind of a Sam theme, and that theme is played in the first part in this kind of orchestral family, a kind of temple-themed music, and then as Sam enters the drug world, that same theme is kind of filtered through this nightclub music.
I like the moment where Sam is presented with a pair of trainers,
Yeah.
Nike shoes, which kind of seems to symbolise his stepping into the other side.
Doc, what are you, a 10? You look like you're about a 10. There you go. This is for you, Sam. Try them on. Now.
Is there any particular significance to those shoes?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, it's exactly what you said. It's even, and as you said earlier, kind of the smallest transgression in this community is seen as severe. And so for Sam to receive these shoes that his father would probably disapprove of, not for any religious reasons, just because his father wants Sam's father wants him to kind of dress modestly and not flaunt his sneakers. So this would be seen as the wrong thing to do in this family, and the fact that Sam is hiding these shoes under the bed is just perfectly indicative of the way he's kind of hiding that part of him under the bed.
International film fans are very familiar with Jewish humour. Are there any elements of comedy in Holy Rollers, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of comedic elements in the story, but never comedy that kind of overshadows the reality of the situation. So in the movie, it tells the story very authentically of what it's like to be from the Hasidic Jewish community and then be kind of swept up in this new and very dangerous drug underworld. And it tells that very realistically, but there's humor that naturally comes out of the situation. It's kind of a fish out of water situation in the way that my character is, very kind of innocent, naive Hasidic Jew, and winds up in this very different world. And so there's natural comedy that comes out of that, but never in a way that kind of overshadows it. But also the actors who are in this movie do both comedy and drama. I act in both comedy, and we didn't want the character of Rachel to be kind of the stereotypical girl in the drug crew. We wanted her to be her own character, and Ari is such a distinct performer that she brought so much to it. She was able to bring Rachel's sense of neediness and kind of emotional insecurities in a way that I don't think we ever expected from that character necessarily. So, when you see Hasidic Jews in movies, oftentimes they're used as a joke, and that just wouldn't work for a movie like this because you had to really get behind these characters and really kind of root for them and follow their journey. And if you were laughing at them, not with them, you would lose that sense of allegiance to the characters.
Thank you, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, thank you.